Hey, what's up, guys? How are you today? Are you ready for the class? Thank you, my friend. It takes some time to set up this camera. Hello, guys. We're gonna wait a little bit more so the guys come and join us. Hello, Ambien. Hello, shouting. Sorry, I don't know how to spell your name, but hello. Anyway, hello, Polly. Hello, guys. Hello, Carls. Fala, Breno. Bom dia. Peraí, deixa eu arrumar aqui. Agora sim. Hello, Nabi. Let's wait just a little bit more. Because today we're gonna have a class. It's not gonna be a design review, students design review. We're gonna have a different class, and it's crucial, this class, because I'm gonna approach something really, really important inside the industry, because you guys see a lot of posts on the social medias talking about the way to proportion the cars, and but most of those posts or those information is related to the wheels measuring, the three wheels, the classic three wheels between the wheelbase and a half wheel in the front of the car, maybe 1.5 on the back, two wheel height, and well, what I can say for you guys is it works just when you don't have a package, okay? Well, I can't say that it really works, because it's not a reality. It's not the reality inside the studios. You know, normally inside the studios, we usually use packages. We don't measure wheels. You don't see professional designers measuring wheels. Okay, it's just a good thing to say that, okay, we have this magic. We have three. We have three wheels between the wheelbase. We have, you know, as I said before, a lot of measuring using wheels. Well, we don't use that. Professional designers don't use wheels to measure the car proportions. We work over the package. This is the most important thing. Working over the package. Okay, guys, all right? So this is what I'm gonna explain to you guys today. I'm just waiting for you guys to join the live. Let me see how many guys we have today. We have 24 students and just 4 likes. Guys, please, thumbs up in there. Just some thumbs up in there. Breno, depois eu vou responder algumas perguntas aqui, mas relacionadas ao package, tá? Hoje essa aula vai ser bem focada nisso. Ah, Fábio, eu não posso fazer nada, cara, se calha na hora do teu almoço. É o melhor horário que eu posso encontrar para o mundo inteiro. I know, guys, some of you guys are in the lunchtime. Some of you guys are having a coffee break. For me, it's a morning. It's really difficult to find a worldwide time to schedule this kind of a live. But okay. Bota todo mundo para assistir aí, Fábio. Fábio tá falando isso porque ele é um aluno meu de Portugal, cara. Você tá em Portugal, né, Fábio? Ok. Beleza. So now it's okay. I always start the live 10 to 10, just a few seconds more, and then we can start the live session. Okay, let's go, guys. Let's see what I have to show you in my screen. Okay. Well, let's get started. So usually you see, guys, a lot of content. Again, I'm going to start telling you about what you see the most in the cool. All right. What you see the most in the social medias, and this is something that I start teaching in my courses in Brazil. I'm gonna teach this for my students worldwide next year. Hopefully, I can translate the course, the full course for worldwide students in English. So this is something that I teach in my courses. I'm not saying that you don't need to start from this point, but you know, you see a lot of things in internet or in social medias or courses like mine teaching you guys to do something like this. You know, to find the car proportion. So basically you can just put the wheels right here and right there. And then you can measure the car just, you know, using maybe a little bit less of maybe sort of 1/3 right here. Maybe a half right here. You can use maybe a half of this wheel on the top of this, and then you can find the windshield, or the windshield, or the A-pillar pointing towards the center of the front axis. C-pillar, the DLO will be right here, so we can just do something more like this. You know, this is almost the way we can see students learning how to proportion the cars. Sometimes you can use 2 wheels or 2 wheels and a half to set the height. You know, and that's it. Okay. Basically, this is the way you can, yeah, it's a little bit out of proportion. I need to set something right here, maybe reduce just a little bit the rear end. Okay, it's just an example. Okay, this is the way, including myself, that teaches you the way to start a car. Okay. Okay, there's no right or wrong. I think this is a good way to start learning car design. Okay, when you don't have a package. I think when you're studying, guys, for beginners, it's good to understand the proportions like this way, because most of the time you don't have a package to study. But well, passing this stage, okay, when you ready, okay, I know how to proportion the cars like this and blah blah blah, and you can move to the next step, which is working with packages. And what is the package? I'm gonna show you maybe this. No. Hey, I'm gonna use this one. What is the package? The package is all the information we need to start drawing the cars. You know, when you do ideations, okay, you don't need to pay attention for the packages, because normally when designers are doing the ideation sketches, engineering guys are working and developing this package or this package. So normally inside the studios, designers usually ask for student engineers to give them the car package, because this is mostly you know, we have all the measures inside the cars. Basically, we have the measures based on the car structure, the engine, some spaces related for the wheels, and you know, but there's a lot of things that we have to consider based on the human inside a car. You know, we have some of the most important things. Right here we have the age point, and we have the head clearance. These are some of the most important hard points we have inside a car, because the more you raise the age point, the more height the roof will be. Okay, and the lower the more you lower the age point, maybe sometimes then you can lower the car height or the roof height. So sometimes when you see a car that you should try to make the car looks more sportive, like a sedan. A sedan is it's a good example, because sometimes you wanted to make a sedan with the roof a little bit lower, but sometimes you cannot do this because of the head clearance, and it's related to the age point. But when you lower the age point, you have the age point right here. It means that when you, for example, if you wanted to lower the age point, it means that you need more space for the legs, because you're gonna be not so in the sitting position like this chair. You will be more how can I say the word? I forgot the word in English. Sorry, guys. Sometimes it happens. Let me see if the word is there. Yeah. Really? This is the word? Okay. So the more you lower the age point, the more the people will look like lying down, in the car position, like a sports car. But it doesn't work sometimes with the sedans. It doesn't work so with the hatchbacks. That's the reason why we have compact cars. We have like yeah. Thanks, Simon. It's more reclined. Thank you very much. So that's the reason why we have a lot of different categories inside the segments. We have like, let me do something really fast right here, because I don't want to use pictures. I just want to draw for you guys. That's the reason why sometimes we have small sedans like this, and we have sedans like that. Right here we have made a 4-cylinder car. Maybe right here we can see this is a 4-cylinder, maybe V6 to V8 sometimes, because we need more space for the engine. And then we can do something like this. If you see the age point right here, we need to establish the guy right here. This is the age point, and we're gonna have the head clearance. But in this case, we can make the car, the driver, more reclined, because we have more space. And then when we have more space, we can make the car larger and lower. Once you understand this relation, you can create any car. Okay, it depends on the age point. It depends on the head clearance. We have another criterias or height. We call inside the industry criterias, and let me do something here. You have hard points, or criterias. These are the words we use to establish this things inside a car, you know. And this is mostly like this. You have, again, the age points, you have the head clearance. But why the head clearance it's like this and not like a human head? Because we consider the movement of the head. You know, if I do something like this, you know, we have the head right here. We consider this movement inside the car, and we have the same when you see the for the side. You know, it's not just front and back, front and rear. It's left and right as well. So that's the reason why we consider something something like this, because we have the head right here, and we consider this movement right here. Okay? And then we have a lot of things that we cannot discuss sometimes with engineering because they have this for safety, like this distance between the hand clearance and the windshield, the connection between the windshield and the roof. We have another criteria for the, you know, the steering position and the drive hand control. We have more criteria for the acceleration point. You know, there's a lot of things that we have to consider when we produce a car. But mostly for you guys, now that you have to pay attention anytime you create a new car, is the age points and the head clearance. Think about that when you create a car. And this is what I'm gonna talk more about. And I'm also that I human figures overhead. I mean, don't worry, stop. So this is what we need to think about the car. So you see, there's a lot of things that we consider, especially as you can see, we have the upward vision right here. There's another thing we have to consider. In this one, we can see the upward vision and downward vision. So this will determine the space we have on the top of this, how much we're gonna have on the top of the windshield, and how much we need in the to set the cowl top. But these are things that we receive from engineering guides. Okay, we just need to respect those criteria. Sometimes we can ask for, okay, can you just move this a little bit forward or backward? Can you raise this or can you lower that? Well, it's a huge discussion because any millimeter you change in a car represents a lot of changes, okay? So that's the reason why it's extremely important to understand those criteria. And trust me, guys, it makes the difference. If you create a portfolio that you can put if you create a portfolio that you put your car on a package, you'll be in front of a lot of guys that draw just spaceships, that draws just fancy cars, or do a lot of renderings, because design directors, they look a lot about this. You know, they want to see your potential to understand what is the work inside the industry. And the work inside the industry is not about doing cars like you do in the master degrees that are spaceships. This is okay. This is part of the study, but it's not the day-by-day work inside the industry. For example, if you're working on Audi, in Audi, if you work at Audi or any other studio, and just picking up an example, okay, you're gonna be invited to work on the A4 project. So for the A4 project, it's a mid-size sedan. You have to understand the criteria to create a new car. Okay, you have to understand the hard points to determine your design sometimes. Okay, because it influences a lot of the car, especially the car proportions. That's the reason why I always say, you guys, keep the focus on the car proportions and stance. And car proportions and stance are related on these things right here I'm showing right now, okay? Okay, René is asking me about the... Lei, qual o tamanho certo do piloto que estamos considerando para aquele package específico, quando não tem o desenho do corpo junto? Cara, o ideal é você pegar na internet, se você não tem como usar na montadora, você tem que pegar um package com as proporções. Normalmente a gente usa o dummy, 95% é o máximo, sabe? Porque aí a gente tem a dimensão máxima do carro. Tem que caber um cara 95%, que é um cara de quase 2 metros de altura. Então, tem que ter conforto, normalmente, para essas pessoas, porque no Brasil a gente tem uma determinada altura, mas no mundo as pessoas em alguns países são mais altas, por isso que o package muda um pouco. So, guys, he's asking about the size of the driver, you know? Normally, inside the industry, we receive this package with the guy, the dummy, we say the driver, this guy right here is the dummy. So we received the dummy in the 90% people taller. You know, it represents the tallest people, because if you put the tallest people inside a car, you can put anywhere inside a car. Okay, that's the reason why normally we use the 95%, because we have the 75%, which is the standard people, and 25 it's the small ones. So normally we use the taller ones. Okay, so let's take a look on what we have with this package. So okay, I received this one. We have considered this when we do the front view. It's really good to understand when we have this for the interior, but exterior influences a lot, because if you move the seats inside or outside, it changed a lot what we have in terms of surface for the body side. Okay, the more you move the seats outside, you know, the less you're gonna have space for surface, for sculpting, you know. Sometimes you have less sculpting surface when you have this, when you move the seats outboard, than when you have the seats a little bit more inboard. So basically we have a lot of criterias, and I don't want to explode your mind, guys, with those criterias, but it's essentially to understand when you receive this kind of a package, or when you want to draw a new car, try to pick up a package and draw over this package. Okay, now I'm gonna make in my portfolio, I just want to put a new project, and this project will be an SUV. So try to study an SUV and understand the hard points before starting doing a lot of things that it's not going to work inside the industry, okay? Because sometimes you do some kind of a fancy SUVs, but when you put them inside in the package, it doesn't work, okay? Sometimes I see projects that we can create. I saw maybe a few weeks ago a post on Instagram that I saw the car. When I saw the car, okay, oh, that's the sketch. In the sketch, the attitude, the stance, it was amazing. The proportions are so cool, but it was a sketch without the package. So when I saw the car, oh, it looks like it was a car with it was almost the Corvette C7 proportions. But when I saw the real car, it was a sedan. It wasn't like a Corvette. So sometimes it's frustrating when you do something like this, because when your sketch comes to reality, things change a lot because of those hard points and criteria. And the good designer knows how to work with criteria, okay? So let's sketch a little bit over the package just to understand those things. I'm gonna pick up this thing. And there was a time when we used this on a board on the wall, with the package, and we use the tape drawing to sketch over the package. We usually printed the package one by one in a real scale, and then we had those tapes to draw the car on the wall. Some studios, maybe some studios still using this. I think BMW can still using this technique, this process to see the real car proportions. I don't know, but this is what I see sometimes in the social medias. But most of these studios don't use this technique anymore, because we have the Photoshop, and we can pick up the package and draw our design theme over this package. So when you have something like this, we have everything we need, all information we need to draw the car, because, okay, I know that the rocker panel is almost like right here. In this case, I have to consider, we have the approach angle, and we have the departure angle. What it means, this approach and departure angle? If you so what it means when we do this, why we have to consider the approach and departure angle? Well, if you have this, you know that sometimes you need to put a little bit more angle on that, or it determines that the front of the car, the chin, maybe chin, it's more angle like this, or if you can do something like that. Sometimes if you do something like that, like in a sports car, for example. You know, you cannot do this on an SUV because you are, you know, another word that I need to know. When you do something like this, you are, okay. When you do something like this, you are violating the criteria. All right, so you must understand this is the limit you have. Okay, now I know that I have some space for the approach angle. You know, sometimes you have this package and you have the car limits like this, and you have the car limits, maybe we have a little bit more, okay, like that. And we have to respect this criteria. You know, we had to respect the whole car dimension. So basically we have this because we have the license plate, and we have some criteria like the bumper beam, which is important as well. Bumper beam is a piece of metal that we have on the front of the car to absorb the impact in a car crash. So sometimes we have this bumper being a little bit more curved. So that's the reason why we can have more or less corner in this car. And the designers must be a master to work with the bumper beam and the criteria, because it determines the success or not of your design theme. All right. So that's a reason sometimes we see on this part of the car some features that we can see, you know, this kind of a shape like this, you know, more prominent. Because we have the bumper beam right here, and we want to, okay, I just want some space on the bottom of the car, but I want to reduce the mass on the top, the height, on close to the headlamps. So that's the reason why we do graphics like this. It's not just because we want, just because we like it. You know, sometimes it's a hard point that determines everything. So here we have the windshield. I would do something respecting the whole car package. You know, you can change just a little bit this curvatures, but most of the time, if you do something like this, you know, and your criteria, it's right here. The engineering guys will question you why you are violating the package. You have to have a good explanation for that, not just because I want it, because I want to make the car looks more sportive. There's a lot of ways to make the car look sportive or elegant without violating the package. Okay, so we have the package right here. We have the limits for the backlight and tailgate. We have the bumper a little bit more prominent. Maybe this car is for the American market. Usually we have the bumpers a little bit more prominent for the American market. That's the reason why when you see some cars on the internet, you see the UK version, you have the European version, you have the US version. Sometimes you can see, oh, Audi has released the new Audi A7, but they have the A7 for Europe. They have the A7 for the Chinese market. For the Chinese market, normally they extend the wheelbase. For the US market, they make the bumpers a little bit more prominent, because any country has its own criterias and laws about safety, car dimensions. So now we have the whole package. I'm gonna just put some shadows right here. You cast shadowing on the ground like this, All right. Let's put the wheels. Let me use this one. Okay, right here we have some wheel dimensions. Normally the wheel dimension is right here and right there. And this is the tire OD, or the tire overall dimension. Okay. The tire OD, or TOD, or tire overall dimension help us to set the wheel arch size. Yeah, whenever we sketch over the package, the wheels looks very small. This is the reality. But sometimes when you're doing our sketches, especially when you're doing for scale models, we can cheat a little bit the proportion, but just a little bit, okay? Not so much. Personally, I really like to do the car with the real dimensions, with the real proportions, because there's a challenge to make the car looks nice with the worst situation, okay? Okay, now we have the wheels. Well, maybe you don't need to make it so square. In this case, I'm gonna just respect the package, all right? But you can create some variations with this more rounded, don't worry. I think this is a typical American SUV. Oh, I've got this this package on Google, so just to show you guys how to work with the real studio situation. So for my students, get ready, because now you're gonna start doing your side views over the package. You must understand the package. So get ready for this in the further projects. Guys, if you're liking this content, I would like to see on the comments, you can put the hashtag package, or you can use the emoji with the thumbs up, just to measure your interest in this kind of a content. So as you can see, this is basically the package we have. So now, what we can do? Now we have the whole package. Now we have the car silhouette. It's time to find the corners. Yes, thank you guys. It's time to find the corners. It's time to set the side view lines. You know. So well, in this case, I don't have a lot of information about the bumper beam right here. So I can set in this case, I can set the corners as I wish, like I want it. So I'm gonna before doing the corners, I'm gonna set the wheel lip like this, you know. Let me reduce the opacity for the package like this. Okay. Well, swap was, we were talking about this thing. Whenever we sketch over the package, the wheels looks very small. So when we do SUVs, we have some kind of a nice resource, which is adding claddings. You know, and those claddings help us to make not only the wheels looks bigger, but sometimes we have this whole thing right here, which is a black portion. So sorry guys. Okay, these are, we can say when you're doing the color blocking, this is the black portions, you know, and the more you use those resources, the better proportion will be. Oops. Okay. And you will see, I'm gonna do a color breakup soon, so don't worry about this. Or maybe I can do the color breakup right now. No, let's just work on the lines. Let's go step by step. Okay, we have this. Maybe we can add just a little bit more, maybe another line right here, because this is gonna be the cladding. So we can add just a little bit more. For this wheel lip. And that. All right, and now we can set the front and rear corners. So I'm gonna set the front corner maybe right here, because the more you push the front corner backward, the more plan view you're gonna have. Think about this. You know, we have the front of the car right here. So this is the front of the car on the top view, okay? If I move the corner close to the wheel lip or the wheel arch, you know, maybe we can have something like this. And here is the wheel arch. Okay, this is the wheel arch, like this, you know. The more you move the corner right here, the more space, the more curvature you're gonna have right here. It means that when you see the car on the quarter view, you won't see a lot of this mess right here. Okay, it means that you're gonna have a short front overhang. It helps you to emphasize, not you're gonna have a short overhang, but it helps you to emphasize the short overhang. So you can use this as, you know, right here we're gonna have the grill mesh, the front grill. Maybe we can have the headlamps right here. We have the corner and the wheel arch. Okay, so the more you move the corners close to the front, or the more you move the corners forward, less plain view curvature you're gonna have. So it means that if I move this to the front, I'm not gonna draw this again. I'm just gonna do something more like this, you know. To reduce the corners like this, you know, this is what are gonna happen. If I move the corners, you know, almost right here, this is the thing we're gonna have. All right. Did you understand, guys? Right. So I'm gonna set the corner right here. This is the side view line. Normally I call this line I'm doing right here the side view line, because we can set the most important in the side view. Because normally when we see the car on the street, we don't see those edges clearly because we have a lot of reflections from the atmosphere and the ambient that the car is inserted. So when you see the car on the street, mostly you see those inside lines, okay? Because it is what is in front of you. Well, I'm gonna put this line more like this. So the more you make those lines close to the center line, just on the sketch, the less curvature you're gonna have on when you see the car in the front or on the rear view. Okay, so the same situation we have right here, as I explained before, we have for the bonnet or hood, and we're gonna have the same situation for the windshield, the roof, the backlight. Okay, so for the backlight, I'm gonna consider make it a little bit more far from the center line, but I'm gonna go back with this on the top. Again, close to the center line, because I don't want a lot of curvature on the top, you know? I just wanted something a little bit more flat. It's not flat. I can say flat, but it's not flat. Just like this, you know? And then we're gonna set the backlight. In this case, for the American market, or not only the American market, but normally we don't have a lot of curvature for the glass on the backlights in those kind of a SUV. I know there's some kind of a SUV that you have more curvature on the backlights, but it's not in this case. You can work, you have some freedom when you're sketching. You have some freedom to set this. Okay, if you're doing your portfolio, go on, just set some curvatures, but don't feel so how can I say, locked by those criterias. But you know, I'm gonna set the curvature of the backlight right here, which means that I'm gonna have the corner set right there. This is the corner, this is the corner, okay? Corner, corner. In fact, everything is it's almost a corner. So we have the intersection between the side view and the top and the front and back. Can you recommend some speed form render for just practice? This is not the subject for this live. Maybe in another one I can say about that. But pay attention about the package, okay? This is the most important thing right now. Think about the package. We're not talking about rendering, guys, please. I know you want to know about everything, but pay attention about this, because if you don't understand this, you fail. Okay, so now we have the main subject lines set. As you can see, we have a little bit more curvature on the front and a little bit less curvature on the back. We have a short cordon and a short overhang on the front, and we have a little bit more overhang on the back for the rear end, okay? But basically this car looks massive, you know, because we have, you know, this, I don't know the size of this wheel, maybe this is 18 or between 17 and 18. Maybe we can have 20. Some markets we can have 20, and on other ones we can't. But well, let's see what we can do with those wheels in this situation. I think for me this is the worst situation for those wheels. But let's see what we can do. So now we have basically this line to set the bumper, the rear bumper. I'm gonna do something a little bit less right here to set the claddings, you know. Another criteria that we don't have right here, which is extremely important, is the door line. It's the door shut line. Normally designers cannot set the door shut lines. It's another criteria that we have. At General Motors, we call it this BRJ lines. It's called BRJ. I don't know the reason why of this. What does it mean? But it's when you see the car, it's something like, you know, the space you have to set the doors. And the door shut line are crucial, you know, to set the car. So basically this is what we have. I'm gonna set the A-pillar. And then we can have something going into the end of the car. And okay, maybe this is the belt line we can set for this car. The B pillar is almost right here. This is where we can set the B pillar, and maybe the C pillar is right here. Okay. If you don't, if you're inside the industry and you don't know where to put the B pillar and the C pillar, ask for the studio engineers. They will try to find this information for you guys. So maybe we can set all right. The pillars right here. We're gonna have a deep pillar right there. It's a basic design. I'm not gonna show you guys some fancy designs today, but it's basically what you need to understand the car package and the car proportion, okay? So maybe sometimes you can you can play with these lines. Now you can play with everything. You have criteria to set the headlamp height. Let's see, we're gonna have the grille right here, maybe the headlamps set right here. Maybe you can set this elements close to this, you know. I just want to make the car looks a little bit less massive. So let's connect this with that. Sometimes you can make this like that, you know. It makes the difference when you're doing some kind of a SUVs. Because it makes the car looks less massive, you know. Okay, I'm gonna do something really basic on this, and maybe we can set the tail lamps a little bit higher. It depends on the sections you have. Now, as you can see, the mess, the whole mess we have right here, you know, it was reduced just to something like that. And it's gonna reduce a little bit more because we're gonna set the body side section right here. Maybe we can align, in this case, only the headlamps right here and the bases of the tail lamp. This is the section for the body side. We can have a little bit more, like, you know, if we see the sections right here, if we can check the sections, we're gonna have something like this, you know, a little bit negative, a little bit positive, and then we can work right here to make this less heavy. We can use some kind of we can draw some graphics, you know, to put more shading in this area and give us a little bit more light on this, you know, and then you can extend those lines to make the car looks, you know, connected. This is a corner. This is the corner, all right? And then we have the guys inside the car like this, you know. All right, this is the package. How to make the car looks elegant and with a nice proportion. Okay, I'm gonna. It's not. This is a way I'm gonna teach you guys that I normally do in my sketches, just to show you some kind of a nice thing. I'm gonna just make the color blocking. Some experienced designers do the same. So when you do the color blocking, you can see the whole car graphics, you know. So let me paint a little bit more like this. Now we're gonna start see the car in a little bit better sorry, in a little bit better way, like this. You know, you can see the whole mess. Disappearing the car looks a little bit more lean. We have to consider the ground height. I'm gonna put this lights right here just to show the tires. Let me see the package again. I can set this tire highlights right here just to show. Just to give you a representation of this. Okay. Now we have the wheel set, and then you can see the proportions coming up, you know. I'm gonna pick up another color like this just to put on the glass area. And trust me, guys, this is a really important or crucial step inside the industry. If you draw your vehicles and put in your portfolio some kind of a package, trust me, you have more chance to be approved in your interviews, you know? It's not just a matter of being so creative. It's just a matter of doing your ideas feasible. So make it feasible. This is what a design director is expecting from you guys to make your ideas feasible. You can be creative, you can be the best rendering guy or the sketcher in the studio, but if you don't make it feasible, so sorry, you're out. You're out. You can be very talented, but again, wins who can make the car feasible. Always think about that. Okay, now we can see some kind of the things coming up, like this and like that. Okay, now you're gonna see how those cars will look more lean and less massive, because I'm just gonna shade a little bit more the front, top, just to show the side view line. This is a flat line, a flat surface on the body side. And then I can set the shadow zone with the terminator, like this, you know. Okay, this is the way the car looks. And when you draw over the package, sometimes you can play a little bit more with the corners. Okay, as I told you before, I'm not gonna use this. This, when you see something like this, you can see the whole car. All right, you can see the main lines. You can see the corners, like, you know, like this. You have the corner right here. You have the corner right there. All right, and you can do this for any kind of a car, you know, any car segment. You can do the same for those, you know, it's more like can you see the difference between this and this package? I'm gonna just make a line right here just to compare the dummy position. You know, I'm gonna pick up those hard points right here. Okay, the car age point is there. Head clearance right here. And as you can see, take a look at the difference between the seat positioning on the SUV and this kind of a coupe. You know? And let's see the difference between the SUV and this micro city car. You know? And with a sedan, as I told you before. Take a look at the difference. You know? There's a lot of difference, especially from the head clearance, the H point, and the legs, the leg room. Okay, you can do the same with this package. You can do the same with this package. Just pick up some packages, guy, on the internet and try to explore. Try to understand the package. You know, today's class is not about the styling. It's not about rendering. It's not about sketching techniques. It's more about how to think about the car, you know, you're designing. Because again, there's a huge difference between a guy that can sketch a car and the guy that can design a car. Okay, or I can say a car designer and a rendering guy or illustrator guy. Okay, so guys, I think that's it that I would like to show you today. It's a short, I can say, compared to the other lives, it's a short life, you know, because normally we have the 2 or 3 hours, but I don't know, I don't need to extend a little bit more. If you have some doubt, you can ask me. But any car you can project, especially if you're doing for your portfolio, you don't have a lot of criteria from your studio, just consider those age points, okay? Put the people inside the car and consider something like this. Maybe I can show you guys. Let me see, before you're asking something, let me see if I have the last design review from my students on the Green Belt group. I had some good sketches from my students where they were using packages. Let me see right here as a list. Okay, this is one. And this is another one. I can use both as a nice example. Just wait a minute, guys. Okay, maybe you can see my screen right now. Okay, so this is the work one of my students did, Simon Rapizarda, he's there. So as you can see, he considered the age points in this project. You know, the sitting position and the age points. You can see the age points, you can see the head clearance, the leg room, it's crucial, especially you're doing an MPV, which is a car that you need to put a lot of people in there. There's another project from Michele Farina. He did the same. Actually, he was the guy, he was the student who I used as a good example for the other ones to start the project, you know, because as you can see right here, he was doing a project for a new Chrysler MPV, but he sets the dummies in there, you know, and he used some competitors line, you know. You have another cars right here, like Chrysler Grand Voyager, Renault Grand Space, and Ford Galaxy. You can see those silhouette lines in there. So you can compare the package he's using with the other cars. Maybe, you know, maybe if we had some engineering guy looking this, he would question about the roof height for the third seat row passenger, because as you can see, we have a little bit less head clearance for the third row seats compared with the first and the second row seats. And we have more small rear overhang. It means that we're gonna have small corners right here and small less space for luggage for the customers in this car. So all of these things are questioned by the engineering guys, and you have to take care about it. Okay, maybe sometimes if you're doing an interview and the design director see this package, they will ask you, well, why your car has a little bit less luggage space compared with the not only less it's a less space related with the competitors. Okay, and you have to answer those questions. So I think that's it, guys. You know, there's a lot of information right here. Please pick up those informations, apply on your sketches from now on. I'm saying that for my students and non-students. Inside my students WhatsApp group, we're gonna focus a little bit more on this when we are drawing something, okay? Especially in the white belt and green belt group. In the green belt group, we are talking more about those proportions because it's extremely important, because in the green belt group, I'm preparing those guys to have a good portfolio to get ready for an interview. So in the white belt group, they are learning more about car proportions. They are learning more how to sketch in perspective. It's more, you know, the structure of car design. And the green belt is more like, you know, now you're ready to have a nice portfolio. The goal inside this group is to prepare you to be a car designer. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit tired today. And this content is massive. And as Ricardo said right here, take a lot of attention to this guy. These are car design master degrees informations. You're saving a lot of money. And as I can say, guys, maybe sometimes in the master degrees, you don't have classes like this. So take advantage of this content. This content and some more contents will be in my master class or my master course for the next year. I'm gonna give you a spoiler now. I'm working on a new course. It's a more complete course from scratch to the portfolio. So next year we're gonna have a very, very complete course for Sketch. So from Sketch. So stay tuned, guys. Now I suggest you to find some packages. Try to Google car packages, and you will see a lot of things. But not only there's a difference between the car package and the blueprints. You know, if you try to find, if you Google it for car package, you have to look like this. You know, car package. Images, you know, you have to find something with a dummy inside, maybe something like this to start. And if you look for a car blueprint, it's totally different because you have just the car with the dimensions. Sometimes you have a little bit of, the sitting position, but you don't have the dummies. You don't have the driver position. You have, those measuring. Okay, we have the a lot of things, but it's more about the graphic lines. It helps a little bit, but I would encourage you guys to draw a little bit more over the packages. Okay, that's extremely important for your growth if you want to be a real car designer. And remember, guys, being a car designer, it's not being a good sketcher or a good rendering guys or get a lot of likes on your social media. It's about make the car feasible. Think about that. When you do a portfolio, think, well, I do all this work when my car is feasible, or maybe 50% or 70% feasible with my knowledge. Okay, that's a reason why you have to think about. And another thing, always question yourself, asking yourself, okay, if I do this in a car, I can imagine myself driving this car. Okay, it fits for me, it's comfortable for me, or there is a space if I want to have a long trip. There's some space for luggage. We tend a lot of doing cool cars and spaceships. I say spaceships because you tend guys to create supercars, put Gran Touring cars or racing cars on your portfolio. But at the end of the day, the design directors want to see if you are capable, if you're able to do a feasible car. Okay, you're gonna project the next generation of the brand's lineup. Okay, if you're applying for an interview at BMW, well, what are you gonna do? You're gonna do the cars for the next generation lineup. If you're applying for Volkswagen, you're gonna do the cars for the next generation Volkswagens. And it's good to balance, just to remind, it's good to balance between petrol engines and electric cars, because nowadays electric cars give us a little bit more flexibility when we do car design. So try to balance your portfolio between petrol and electric, okay? But always, again, guys, I will keep I keep telling about this. Think about something feasible, okay? Let me see some other questions if we have right here. All this information is valuable. Also, the industry insights from Leandro himself help us prepare how to approach our project for portfolio. Exactly. And guys, remember, this Tuesday, we're going to have a design review with me and Arthur Martins, which is he was a co-founder of Sketchit with me. So we're going to pick up the students' portfolio and review and make some critics, give some feedbacks. So if you wanted to know how to have a good portfolio, I would say to don't lose this live review. Tuesday, it's gonna be 3 p.m. in Brazil. It's gonna be 10 p.m. in California, maybe 3 p.m. in Brazil. It's 5+ in maybe in Italy. It's gonna be 8 p.m. I think. So stay tuned, guys. Let me see another questions from Ricardo. Lately, I'm feeling more comfortable with car proportions and stance, but when it comes to add graphics and shapes, I'm feeling a bit lost. What do you suggest me? When you feel a little bit lost about graphics and shapes, that's because you need to understand. When I do my cars, I will say by my experience, I don't like to create cars with a lot of lines. I just use the graphics to compose the whole, to give more life to the car proportions and stance. When you see a car like the Aston Martin DB11, or you can see a car like the Porsche 911, it's more about proportions, it's more about stance. You don't have a lot of graphics and shapes on those cars, you know? I would say that when you need a lot of shapes on the car, proportions and stance are wrong. And when you see a car with a lot of shapes, it's more common to see this car looks old-fashioned in 2 to 3 years than a car that there's less graphics like a 911 and DB11, because the design it remains for a long time, you know. So it's just a matter of practicing, and I would say just practice a little bit more the shapes and graphics to connect with the car proportion and stance. Okay, make those things talk each other. Don't make the car proportion tell something and the graphics tell another thing totally different. Okay, make it connected, and to make it connected, it's just a matter of you see a lot of car design shapes, you see a lot of products, you know, it's more about feeling. Yeah, to be innovative, you have to be good on the basics, on the fundamentals. Okay, I always use that that's something that quote from Michael Jordan, which says that get the fundamentals down and everything. I don't remember the phrase, the quote right now, but everything will raise. So you must be good on the fundamentals. Okay, so as Cristiano Ronaldo, you see, he's so good on the fundamentals. He can kick with he can shoot with the left legs and the right ones, and now he can do some bicycles. He can create some different things because he's good on the fundamentals. Michael Jordan is the same. He's good on the fundamentals. So be good on the fundamentals, okay? Understand better this thing right here, okay? The car proportion. Try to set the car without the lines and shapes, okay? Just try to set something like this, you know? Understand the proportions you saw right here. You know, you have some different some variations, some offset variations between the, you know, you have some offset variations between the center line and the side view line. All right, so be good on this. Practice a lot of this in different cars. So okay, what is the exercise that I can do for myself? Draw hatchbacks, draw sedans, draw SUVs, crossovers, pickups, sports cars, but don't put a lot of, without using graphics and shapes, just setting the car proportion and the stance. This means a lot about the stance, okay? Please keep a slot open for me for the new car course as well as your motorcycle course. In the next year, we're gonna have the motorcycle course, of course, but maybe in the middle of the year, okay? Limits for the numbers of pages of the portfolios. I wouldn't say about the page limit. I would say about projects. Because in a project, for a project, you're gonna use maybe 5 pages or maybe 5. Yeah, maybe 5, because you have to present one board for the mood board, another one for the briefing, ideation sketch, package, and final renderings. Maybe 5 to 7 boards for each project. And I would say to present maybe 7 to 10 projects in your portfolio, okay? It's a good number. Also speaking about portfolio delivery, what if my portfolio template is designed on A3 format? Do I have to change everything in 1920-1080? Not exactly. If you're using A3 format, it's good because you can print it out, but nowadays we use more 1920 per 1080 because it's easy to open on the screen. I would say not to create a lot of variations like vertical portfolios or ultra wide portfolios, because it doesn't fit the screen and you're losing a lot of blank space, you know? So try to maximize the blank space you have. If you're gonna present on screen, use 1920 per 1080, or if you're gonna print it out, A3 size or A4 size or Lego size, you know, or letter size are good, but don't run away from those page dimension, right? So mostly while applying packages, it's difficult to balance between creativity and feasibility. It creates a confusion as to how much focus should be given to creativity and how much for feasibility. I would say 50-50, maybe. You have to give the same importance for creativity and feasibility, because if you are creative, you can be good enough to make your design cool and feasible, okay? And don't worry, my friend, because it's not from today to another day that you're gonna be more creative and make your car feasible, okay? It takes a long time to have this experience. I would say that inside the industry, you're gonna achieve this kind of a balance between creativity and feasibility after 5 years, maybe. That's the reason why we see a lot of studios requesting or giving design spots for designers which has more than 5 years inside the industry, because they know how to align creativity and feasibility, okay? So it demands time to be good on this. How do we take this side of the sketch and convert it to multiple views, like from rear and top, so the lines match? So this is a thing that we can discuss in another live, because there's a lot of time to work on it, okay? It's more about geometry and set the lines, you know. It's hard to do that right now. You're scheduled for 19 from first Sunday delivery. Now we'll have to change everything, and it will be hard to change. Can I deliver it anyway for tomorrow in A3? Okay, cool. You can deliver it on A3 size. Don't worry. Okay. I asked you guys to keep the 9020 per 1080 because it's a screen format. Okay, we're gonna do this review. We're gonna broadcast this review. That's the reason why I was asking you guys to keep it 9020 per 1080 just to keep the same screen size. But don't worry, you can deliver it on A3 size. We're gonna have some mismatching between the A3 and the screen size, but that's fine. You don't need to change this. Only if you were working with the ultra wide screen, okay? That could be an issue, but you can keep it on an A3 size, okay? Guys, any other questions? We're gonna finish this live right now. Most of portfolios now have digital renders and less sketches in Photoshop. Can I have a portfolio with only sketch renders and ideations? Well, use your portfolio to show all your skills. If you show your sketching skills like pencil sketches or hand sketching, a little bit of Photoshop sketching, just like I did right here, or if you have more ability with Photoshop, do it. Try to balance, okay? And I would say to balance between into the steps you have inside the portfolio, or it means that, okay, you have, when you show the first step in your portfolio, that you have the mood boards, you have briefing, and you have the inspiration boards, you're showing your abilities or skills with the graphic design, communication of your information. When you jump to the ideation sketch, this is the time to show your hand skills, your sketch skills, but keep it on the lines, more with the lines and less than with the renderings in this stage, in this step maybe. Show the sections, they are really important. And then when you jump to another step that you have, okay, now I have to show the selected theme. Okay, then you can show your abilities or your skills with the rendering techniques. Okay, and then if you can move forward and show interiors. You can show your digital sculpting skills and visualization skills. Okay, that's crucial nowadays to have skills both exterior and interior shape and digital sculpting. All right, it certificates that you can work and you understand the shapes you're creating. Valeu, galera, muito boa live, também curti muito. Probably, Sarah, you're being my live. I think it's the first time you're watching my content. I don't know, but go back to another lives I did before, and if you want it, I'll give you this. It's not this comment. Sorry, guys. It's This one, yeah. If you want to understand more about perspective, check this link right here. It's a link for my full course. And then you have another one in the description below about the ebook 140 Perspective, which is a good ebook to understand about perspective. Let me see the website right here. I'm going to show you the website. Guys, there's a lot of websites right here, so I have to. So this is the website, 140 Perspective. I'm gonna keep it, well, the link is in the description below. So this ebook is the entry for an automotive design field. So you will understand about the possibilities you have to draw. If you don't have any skills about drawing cars and you don't feel comfortable doing car in perspective, I would recommend you guys to start from this point. Okay, this is the first movement you can do inside the inside this world of car design, because when you master the perspectives and you master some car proportions and different vehicles, you can do anything. Okay, but I would say just to start with this ebook, and then you can move to the full course. No, it's right here that I can change. Okay, let's put another one. Sketch.com, Automotive Master. What the hell? Let me put it right here. Okay. We're gonna have the sketch of Automotive Master. This is the course my students are doing and where they are learning a lot. Okay. In this course, you're gonna learn how to push the boundaries and master the sketching, the car sketching like this. You know, those are my students. And they did my courses. You know, you will learn car perspective, you'll learn quick shading, you're gonna learn about sharpening organic surface, you're gonna learn about proportions, shapes, and graphics. You're gonna learn the 3 pillars of rendering technique for outstanding renderings, and some other 3 pillars of free rendering techniques and hard reflections. And then you have some bonus, like these are the featured bonus, like go back. You're gonna receive bonus how to make the wheels design, and the students WhatsApp group. Guys, can you give them a feedback about the students WhatsApp group, please? Let me just go back right here. I like this one. I'm gonna keep this one on the screen. All right. Regarding car proportions for future mobility, there will be hydrogen or electric cars. Then how can we change the convention design approach? Well, you have to understand the convention design approach, or you have to understand the conventional car layout, and then how can you change it? Because in the current car layout, you have to keep the engine on the front and the back. You have a lot of space for the engine room. But when you have the hydrogen or electric cars coming, you have different layouts. So study about the electric and hydrogen layouts, car layout, to create your own car design. Okay, that's the best way to do that. We need release lessons on interior design. We're gonna have a full course about interior design in the beginning of 2021. Yes, guys. If you want to improve, sign up for Sketch courses. Yeah, that's the reason why some students come to a students WhatsApp group, because the gold, it's inside there. The gold, it's in there. Yeah, that's the reason why I have the students WhatsApp group, because we have all this interaction between students from all over the world. So it's really good. It's really good. That's a good point. When you're working alone, you feel lost and you never know if you are doing right. With that, you will never be alone. With that, you'll never be alone. Exactly. Because all the students are helping each other. It's like a word of knowledge where the answer is the structure. Giving personal and individual level feedback. Also, the fellow students help each other grow. Exactly. That's the point. It's the feeling of the community. Everybody helps to achieve the next level. And you're and sometimes you learn another language, like in Portuguese, because we have students in Brazil talking in Portuguese, but we have a lot of all of other students speaking in English. So it's a good exchange in this group, you know. So guys, thank you very much for this live session today, and I hope you like it. So see the content again and again and again. Practice the package study, because it's a crucial step in your career to understand the car package. And think about balancing your creativity and feasibility. Okay, think about feasibility. Your portfolio will be approved that if the design director see if you can create a connection between your design skills, your creativity, and make it feasible. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Have a nice weekend ahead, and I see you next week. Bye bye.